This is the new Corsair HS70. It is a wireless gaming headset, and in this video we're going to be talking about all of its main features and comfort level and if I would put this on my desk. So let's get started. So let's start off with what you get in the box. You get the headset itself, the removable microphone, a USB dongle for connecting to your PC or PS4, and a pretty long micro USB cable for charging the headset. That's pretty much it. The headset itself has a rather kind of cool looking, if nothing else, kind of white stitching, almost faux leather kind of feel headband with sort of faux leather again on the top with the Corsair logo embossed up there. The headset design is actually an open cup design with an actually metal grille on either side, which does give a little bit nicer quality feel to it. It also has a full aluminium headband from the connection to the ear cups all the way through the top and background again, so in theory this should be a pretty durable headset. The overall exterior materials, the plastics and the sort of faux leathers do feel a little bit on the cheap side, but nothing terrible. The ear cups again have that faux leather kind of feel to them, and while they don't have as much padding as the Void Pro Wireless, which is massive and a good like inch thick, these ones are a little bit more low profile to your head, but still are relatively comfy. I would mention though, inside the ear cup there is a small hard block, which I believe is meant to sit on the back of your ear and give a little bit more support. It's not something that I noticed, and you shouldn't really have any issues with it, but it is there, so bear that in mind if you are planning, if you do have, say, larger ears or something, you might find that mildly uncomfortable, but for me I had no problems. The actual comfort level of the headset is, for me, not as great as the Void Pro. The Voids have a really nice, very kind of floaty feel to them. They really don't clamp down on your head much. They have incredible foam on the top and it makes them really comfy, and I can happily wear them for tens of hours at a time. With these ones though, they clamp down relatively hard. The top foam is fairly non-existent. There's a little bit of squish to them, but it's fairly hard up there, and the ear cups again, they don't have as much foam, so they're not as comfy, and again they do clamp quite hard on your head. Now, as I mentioned, this is a wireless headset, so on the right hand side ear cup you have the power button. On the left hand side ear cup is where most of the business happens. You have a volume rocker to change the volume of the headset, you have a mic mute switch, you have the micro USB port to charge the headset, and the power and connectivity LED, as well as the grommeted hole for your microphone. Now, as I said, the microphone is fully detachable and stays roughly in position. Here's a quick sound test for you. So here is what the Corsair HS70 wireless headset sounds like. I would say that the Void Pro actually sounds a little bit better than this one. This one is a detachable microphone, so in theory you could replace it, although it's a pretty strange key, so bear that in mind. I also mentioned that the microphone is incredibly quiet by default, so unless you have it literally right up against your face, or if you boost the levels kind of post, if you like, which will introduce a fair bit of noise, it's a fairly quiet headset, so bear that one in mind as well. So as you saw, it is definitely a little bit on the quieter side, and it's also not the best quality. I would say that the Void and the Void Pro tend to have a little bit of a better microphone on them, which is kind of surprising, but either way, that's what you get with this headset. And in terms of the audio quality, I was actually really surprised with this. I tested against the Arctis Pro Wireless, which is a £350 headset, compared to this £100 one. And personally, well, again, as I said in my Arctis Pro Wireless video, I can't necessarily give you a concise answer to if this, which one is specifically better. I just know that both of them are really good. This, for me, especially with the open soundstage, actually made these feel a little bit nicer to me in terms of audio quality, and I was able to more precisely pick out certain instruments and things in songs that I wouldn't necessarily normally be able to do, especially or even with the Arctis Pro Wireless, which again are those three and a half times more expensive headphones. When gaming with the headset, I was pretty impressed with it. There really isn't too much from games that I would say I notice really headset to headset, and honestly with even the really budget headsets, I personally don't notice that much of a difference in how crisp the gunshots from my left or right sound. So when you're talking about the more sort of competitive FPS style, I don't notice that much of a difference. The only place that you may notice a difference is in more RPG style games like The Witcher, for example, where just having a really nice audio experience will be a little bit better than this one, you know, on this than say the budget £10 headset you can pick up on Amazon. So I guess that's where I would see the real benefit in gaming for these sorts of headsets. So my overall thoughts on this headset are as follows. The comfort level isn't as good as the Voids, and I personally wouldn't be wearing them for a long period of time, but that's personal preference, so you may enjoy them plenty fine. It just comes down to personal preference in that one. In terms of the audio quality, for me, I would say these are better than the Void Pros, especially because of that open soundstage, but I don't think if you have Void Pros you would really be missing out on a massive deal of audio quality, and especially if you already have something like a Void or already have a gaming headset, you may as well pick up a decent set of, you know, Audio-Technicas or Sennheisers for a relatively similar price rather than going with another gaming headset, especially because those ones will be a bit more versatile than just this USB only device. I would also mention that the microphone isn't that great. It's okay, it's a little bit on the quiet side, although you can pump that up after the fact in, you know, Discord or whatever you're using. So you can use it and it's perfectly fine, but I'd like to see a little bit of a better quality one, especially since it is detachable. Maybe an upgrade option in the future, but otherwise I would finally mention the battery life. Corsair claims 16 hours, and that seems to be pretty reasonable, especially since there aren't, you know, fancy RGB lights on the side of this or anything to drain the battery even quicker, so yeah, that's all good. So would I put this on my desk? Well, personally, no, I don't think this one is specifically for me. I have the Void Pro Wireless, and I'd personally rather sacrifice a little bit of audio quality that these give you for the comfort that the Void Pros do, and that's my personal preference. But if you are someone who prefers this more kind of clamping style of headphones, and you don't mind a little bit less padding all around, but you want that better sound quality, then these are still a fantastic buy. In terms of awards for the headset, I'm more than happy to give this a gold award, especially because in terms of audio quality, it keeps up with the likes of the Arctis Pro and the Arctis Pro Wireless, which are 2.5 and 3.5 times the price, which makes it pretty compelling. I would also mention that I got my partner to, so not blind test, but A/B test these for me, and she came to the same conclusion that I did, that the open sound stage is very nice on these ones, as is the closed stage on the Arctis, but either way, they're pretty similar in terms of audio quality. If you're interested to take a look at the headset or pricing when and where you watch this, take a look at the link in the description down below. That will take you to your local Amazon store where you can check it out. You can also support the channel and keep me making these videos on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday basis by taking a look at the Patreon link in the description down below, where you can support me directly, or the Amazon and Overclockers UK affiliate links, which you can also check out and massively help me out. If you're buying from those places already, you can use those links and effectively just give me a little bit of a cut without costing you anything. So when you use those, thank you very much. You can also check out the subscribe button if you're new to the channel and the bell icon for notifications, and there are some other videos over here for you if you want to carry on watching some fun TechteamGB content. Otherwise, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you think of the headset as well in the comments down below. Otherwise, we'll see you all in the next video.